Right, here I am back down working on the little Fiat. I've taken off the rear cover and I will be removing the rain guard on there because in England you're not going to want to go out in the wet really. If you get caught, it's not going to really hurt, but it will make a big difference to the cooling on it. It'll stop there being like a huge heat dam in there. And then going on to the engine now. This is the cooler that goes to this piece here. And that sits underneath here and directs cool air onto the carburetor. Well, the float bowl specifically. And what I'm going to do is we've got some of that cloth fuel line here. I don't like that. That has a horrible habit of when it gets older of sort of becoming porous. And while looking through, I noticed this blue tube. Folded it down and not attached to anything. I would have thought it was the advance and retard, which I think is where it's meant to go, but of course these don't have them. So we'll look into that a bit further. I've also been advised that these carbs can come loose, and I just tried it with a spanner a minute ago, and the nuts were loose, and also that the base can distort. So we'll have that out and check it. Nice thing about these is they've got this plate just here that you take off and you can get down at the distributor. I was looking at the leads. They have gone a bit hard, so we'll look to getting some decent ones on there. I'm going to check the fuel pump just to see what sort of vacuum it's pulling, if it's working properly. We may even be going over to an electric fuel pump, which again a lot of people have advised, but that's an interesting little project. I will be doing more videos as I go on and let everyone know what happens. Right, inside the car at the moment, that's the inspection plate move, which is great because you can get right onto the distributor there. Nice bit of forethought that. Yeah, we are planning on getting rid of the points and fitting AccuSpark. Another thing I've noticed, this has got one of these resistor rotor arms. These sometimes have a habit of breaking down. So I might just see if I can get one with solid brass. I know it's for radio interference and all that sort of thing, but I think the guys would rather have the vehicle running properly. And this one is a Magnet Morelli distributor, so we can go and start doing some hunts for the AccuSpark. We're back on the Fiat modifications again today. I was going to drill some holes to put in some riv nuts, but it was a very awkward position. So what I've done is I was also fitting an inline filter. So I've pulled out the carburetor float bowl cooler, and here it is here, just a little fan assembly. See in the sun there, but it feels a little bit stiff, and since it's probably sat for years and years, I'm going to pull it down. Then I can carry on drilling here to get the riv nuts in. Well, my plan was to strip out the motor and oil all the bearings and make sure it's okay, because it's definitely not good. But as you can see, what they've done, they've sort of chiseled over the ends there to lock the motor, so I'm going to have to knock them out of place. Shouldn't be too bad. Then reverse the process. Luckily, the fan came off. I was a bit here we are, back on the Fiat today. That's the blower assembly all assembled. Nice place to mount the fuel filter. Just mulling over where to fit the Facet fuel pump. That one here. And I think it's going to live about there. It's the trouble is you're a little bit squeezed for spacing here. I was thinking about there, but we'll work something out in the end. Make it look decent to make it work properly. Here we are, back on the Fiat again. Got the fuel pump in there quite nicely. That's mounted there. Fuel lines have gone in. I've routed them differently. Just about to get the carb bolted in, get the sealer on the pump flanges, and we might be able to get it fired up today. Well, we're getting there, slowly but surely. That's the fuel lines on. I've got the heat shield on there. The only trouble with these is, even from the factory, these lines come out at a very tight angle, so I've just had to make sure they're free running. Got them going back to there. Everything's wired in. I've just ordered some points and a condenser for it, but it's not looking too happy. In fact, I might just ring them back and get a rotor arm as well, because it's one of those with the resistor on it and it's looking a bit black, and that normally means they're starting to burn up. So we're not far firing it up now. Right, well, that's the first fire up. A new set of points, condenser, and the engine sounds really nice. Just checking here now, making sure no leaks. I've got the Facet pump satchers there. I've put some rib nuts in there, so I've got some of the rubber isolating bits on the way. Same as they use on the Mini, exhaust and everything, but got the heat shield in place, got a bit more to go on the back there. I put another clip on there just to keep it safe out of the way. I have another one that's going on there. Not very keen on that just dangling in the wind, so I'll be using that one on there. That'll keep it nice and secure. So I think we'll let it just run and get a bit warm, and then we'll get the air filter on and everything. There go Ian and Lawrence. Sounding nice. Still got a couple of rubber isolators to come to that, but everything's looking good, no leaks. Points, condenser, fired straight up. Obviously it'll need a run with a mechanism, but there you go. Here we have the rear engine cover being modified. I've removed the lower rain guard on it, which doesn't allow it to breathe properly. However, I have kept the end piece here. This is where it draws in the cool air for the carburetor bowl cooler, and that's the old one there. You can see how rusty they get. So hopefully being going over later on today, get it fitted, and that'll be the last bit of the Fiat conversion done. Well, here we are on the last stage now. There it is, fitted. As you can see, a lot more air gaps now, you know, to let it breathe. Just got to put the 4 nuts on, and that's it. Ian's been out in it, giving it a drive. So, and he's really happy with it. Just a quick summary of what I've done. All new fuel lines. New sort of coolant pipe on there. Fitted a Facet fuel pump. Fitted a decent fuel filter just there. Heat shielding on the petrol pipes. And new plug leads. Rotor arm, distributor. Sorry, contact breakers, condenser, and a new coil. And I think one of the big reasons was the coil was getting too hot. Mind you, the other one was original. I've taken the feed from the positive on the coil there, and that's running through all those little bits and pieces there. Now the insulated cable. So there we go. Took it out for a ride the other day, drive. not on the bike, a drive, and a lovely little car. Pulls well, handles well, doesn't crash and bang over the bumps or anything. So yeah, if I was going to have a sports car, I'd seriously consider one of these.